Okay, leave it on my desk. Shut the door. It's okay. There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear. Should be able to. That looks good. Hey, Skeet. Is it Skeeter? Well, not much, man. Just doing some painting. What you doing? It can be fun. I enjoy painting, so to me, it's an art all by itself. Um, to me, it's kind of therapeutic. Gets me away from things and get to enjoy the creativity side of things and not like stressed about like your run times and so forth. It's a creative outlet. That's the best way I can word it. So you enjoy you're waiting on Saturday to race dirt oval. Yeah. I'm getting into the dirt oval scene, so I'm kind of excited to do that as well. It's just when is the question. I don't really know yet. The buddy of mine that I want to race with is taking the COVID-19 extremely serious, and I don't blame him. So he has a mutual agreement with his wife that he is to wait, which I don't blame him. Everybody has their own decisions. So the dirt oval scene for me is it'll happen. It'd probably just be after Christmas more than anything. But yeah, the motor tuning guide, I figured a lot of people would get a beneficial. I don't want to word that. I don't know. It's just there's not a whole lot of video out there. Hold on, let me move my seat up here because this is killing my back. So the whole motor tuning series was kind of one of those things where I didn't know what to do, but I know the market's kind of missing some of that stuff, especially on YouTube, for kind of tuning that's not common is the word I'm looking for. Um, I don't really know how to word it. But yeah, that's kind of what brought up that subject from me and a buddy of mine that I was referring to earlier about the oval racing. He's was interested in tuning motors, and I'm like, you know what? I've got all the stuff. I know what I'm doing with it. Why not just make a video? And then he's like, well, why don't you make it a video series? I'm like, well, I can do that. I just had to think outside the box and come up with what people actually want. And yeah, this light's a little too much. And there goes my light. But I made one in the past, and it did pretty well actually for video footage. I just felt like it needed to be a little bit more advanced because all I did was just talk about some numbers and how things panned out and functioned. But yeah, so that's what led to making that video series, and just wrapped that up yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I don't remember. Being on COVID quarantine sucks, by the way. So yeah, I don't recommend it for anybody. And if anybody's asking, the wife is doing good. She's, I think, cleared to go back to work Friday. Yeah, I think it's Friday. And I think I go back. No, she goes back on Monday, but because she's a bus driver, Monday starts the beginning of Thanksgiving week. So then she's off a full week after that. So, yeah, she's off work for like 4 weeks. Me, on the other hand, I believe I'm going back to work Friday, which I'm not looking forward to, by the way. I kind of enjoyed getting things done, and this truck was one of them that I've had for 3 months. Actually, I bought this truck with the first stimulus check. So if that tells you an idea of how long I've had it, I've just never built it. So I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I like the paint scheme that I have on the buggy, and I want to make the truck the same, but I want it to be different. I'm trying some different greens this time. I've been using Spaz green. Hey, Barker. You're welcome. That's what Skeeter just said. Is thanks for the motor series. So I'm guessing y'all enjoyed the motor series quite well. So I'm not the most artistic painter in the world when it comes to my functionality. I can't afford the high end stuff, and I'm sure most of you all can appreciate and understand where I'm coming from. So like this airbrush, for example, son of a biscuit, stupid thing peeled up on me. So like this airbrush came off of Amazon. It's like, I don't know, $15, $20, but it actually does a pretty good job. It's just my abilities. And I knew going into this, and I even asked my buddy, I'm like, hey, should I even attempt to try shading this? He didn't respond by the time I started. So I decided that all hell, might as well do it, because I'm trying to learn airbrushing better. So I think then, before somebody asks why am I not using a ventilator, I've got my garage. It's pretty well ventilated in here to begin with, but also this is all water-based paint, so you don't have this toxicity that you get with the other stuff. It's all Proline paints. I've switched my paints from Spaz to Proline. So this is, you get the idea of the body. So it's gonna look like this buggy when it's done, but poor man's tuning at the track works great. Absolutely, it does. It's just the key to that is understanding what you're working with, right? And having something that you can repeat. Like if you need to make a tune or a change to a motor, you can at least have an idea of what you're working with using the voltometer trick. Holy man, this paint is just brutal to clean. That's my only complaint with Proline paints. I make a mess. And I get this stuff all over my fingers too. It's pretty funny actually. Do you always use the cup on the top of your airbrush? No, actually. I never use the stupid cap. I use the cup, but I don't use the cap. The cap, in my opinion, is like the worst thing ever made. The shit just gets in your way. You can't see how much paint you have. I've learned to hold the body accordingly to how you're working more than moving this around. Is that the right way? I don't fucking know. You all watch my videos, you know that I'm probably not the most accurate and correct person out there. I'm just a normal human being. So this is actually lacquer thinner that's in this bottle. This is paintbrush cleaner. Paintbrush cleaner does not clean worth a shit. So I've learned to use lacquer thinner. It actually works better. A lot better, actually. Okay. I mean, you can change a color pretty quick. I mean, what did that take me? A minute? It's pretty clean. So okay, so now that's done. The wonderful joys of cutting vinyl. So I'm going to do silver next. Actually, I need to dry this first. Hang tight. No, I did not. So I guess I'm one of the few believers that I don't even know how to even say this. Liquid mask I've never used. I have a vinyl cutting machine called a Circuit. It's been a long day. So all of these cuts, these blue and all the blue that you see on here is from you dirty little son of a gun. How did I get paint on the inside of that? Okay, anyhow, brain fart. I don't really have a need to use liquid mask. I use my vinyl cutting machine to cut out my stencils that I'm using. The key to this, so it's taking your time. But yes, I have never used liquid mask. The concept is the same. Well, not really. It's really not, because I did all of the cuts with like I said, a vinyl cutter. So in here, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can't get this outside layer off. I use a computer design to design the design that I'm looking for. Yes, I understand I use design like 4 times in a sentence, but so to give you an example, this is what my vinyl cutter will make. Okay, this big light's killing you guys. That ain't any better. I'll just leave the lights off.